got a conglomeration of everything awesome. All the little bits and pieces that I've been working on throughout the last couple of minutes, we'll say, wink, wink, have all come together. And this is where the fun begins, you guys. So the easiest component of this bruschetta board is going to be the tomato basil bruschetta, because that does not get assembled. So let's go ahead and start with that first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little footed dish, and I'm going to go ahead and just put the plain baguette. Now this is the baguette that we toasted with just the olive oil on it. We're going to go ahead and put that on our little tray. And then in our dish here, we've got our delicious fresh Roma tomatoes, our fresh basil, good balsamic vinegar, a little olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and fresh garlic. This is heaven. You guys, it's so amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a little glass dish and just put some of that bruschetta, the tomato and basil bruschetta, in our dish. And our guests are going to be able to serve themselves. And they'll be able to just put on their toast the amount that they'd like. Make it easy. And if you were to go ahead and make this up early, then it would just be soggy, and that's just no fun. And look at this. That big bowl is barely going to fit in this little dish. So there you go. How's that for an optical illusion? Okay, well that's good. That is perfect right there. I made a little bit of a mess. So that's component one. So that was easy peasy. So you know what? Think about that. And when the next time you're doing a dinner party or a little get together and you want a delicious little appetizer, that's a winner on its own. That is a winner all by itself. Now the second one that we're going to do with our plain toast, this is going to be mascarpone, apple, and fig jam. People love this. It's really a delicious little nibble. So let's go ahead and get them all together here. So I've got a small container of mascarpone, and I'm just gonna just gonna give the toast a little bit of love with the mascarpone. If you're not a fan of mascarpone, you can use cream cheese, or you could actually bake brie onto your baguette. Remember, we went ahead and we did the blue cheese, the Swiss cheese, and the Parmigiano Reggiano on the other toast, and then left some plain. So by all means, if you feel like you want to do a little brie, fontina, they're both really delicious with this. I've done both. But I really just feel like the mascarpone is just, I don't know, it's just soft and sultry and just amazing for this little party that we're having. Okay, so that's how easy is that. Now I've got an apple cut here. You can use green apple. This is an envy apple. You use the kind of apple that you like. And each piece is just going to get a wedge of apple. And then we're going to put a little dollop of fig jam. Love fig jam. Each little piece of bread's going to get some fig jam on it. Let's do that real quick. Yum. This stuff is so good, you guys. It really is. It's addicting. I find this in the deli section of my supermarket. It's kind of like where the specialty cheeses are, actually. You know how they have, like, by your deli, they have the little specialty cheeses and olives and those beautiful little nibbles. That's where you find your fig jam. And I have also, in years past, when I could not find fig jam, I've used apricot jam, and it was equally delicious. Okay, here we go. There, yum, yum, yum. Oh, okay, fig jam down on the mascarpone. Then we just simply take a wedge of apple, put a beautiful little wedge of apple on top of each one. These are just such fun little nibbles. Everybody, you know, you just feel so good when you're eating these. It's just a festive little get-together, festive little bite. Okay, so I started a tray here. So what I'm gonna do, as I start assembling the bruschetta, I'm gonna sit this on my tray, and then I've got a beautiful tray that I did as a project. And I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to decorate my table with all of these wonderful nibbles using the pieces that we've made in past projects over the past year. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for just a second. And now we're gonna move on to the next little component, and that is going to be the, oh gosh, you guys, the pear and the bacon. So the pear bacon is just, oh boy, it's heaven. It's heaven, heaven, heaven. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So the filet is grilled. Mark grilled the filet. It's resting here. That is going to be the last one I put together because it's going to be the creamy horseradish with this sliced filet on top. So we're going to hold that for last. Okay, so the pear and bacon, it goes on the blue cheese baguette. So let's grab those off of our tray. These are divine. They're all divine. They're all so wonderful. When you combine them all together, it's just such a fun little, you know, happy little party in your palate. Okay, so what we're gonna have here is, this actually requires a little arugula, if you can get it to fit on there. My toaster, I actually pulled the bigger toast out for the blue cheese on purpose. I did that because I wanted it to be, you know, a little bit more real estate, because I knew that the arugula, this is baby arugula, but it's kind of big. It's bigger than normal. When I bought it, I was like, wait a minute, hold the phone here. So let's just put a little arugula on our toast. I'm gonna kind of snip the stems off. Just a couple pieces, just a little bit. And then we're just gonna add some of that delicious pear and bacon. And y'all know what I did. You know what I did. I sauteed the pear in a little bit of the baking drippings. I did. And it just needed to happen. That's just the way you do it. Look how beautiful that is. That is such a pretty little bite. So let's go ahead and put that over here. Let me grab my tray again. I need a kitchen 4 times bigger than I have. I do. I just need a bigger kitchen. That's just the way it needs to be. Maybe someday. I don't know. You get to be my age and everybody's downsizing and all I think about is I need a bigger kitchen. Well, that's what happens when you like to cook, right? You just never have enough space. And you know, 20 years ago, it was a sizable kitchen. These days, it's just not. Okay, a little bit more of the pear and the bacon, heaven goodness going on there. And it's gonna wanna topple off on you. I will admit that it is. It's just gonna wanna topple off. But that's just what happens with the bruschetta. And people know that, you know, it's one of those, it's a dinner party that everybody's just gonna be holding their little bite like that and just hoping that it doesn't get all over them. But there we go. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. A little bit more arugula. And I think I'm gonna do 3 with arugula and 3 without, just in case people aren't fond of arugula. Not everybody likes that peppery bite of the arugula. I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite greens. But you know what? I got to be mindful of my guests. I actually do know of someone that does not like it. So there you go. They're lost, right? My gain. More arugula for me. Okay, here we go. Just going to go ahead and put that pear and bacon on that blue cheese baguette. Money, money, money. Okay, a couple more of these to go. And then we're gonna move on to the mushroom and Swiss. You guys, really? It's like, it's, you know, this is why, you know, it's labor intensive to a point, but when you think about everything that you're getting, this complete meal on one tray, it's perfect. It really is perfect. Okay, go ahead and get these guys to hang on there a little bit. Done. Alrighty, I'm gonna sit this off to the side. I'm gonna sit this back off over here. I'm gonna move that arugula. You guys, I got stuff everywhere. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. We'll clean it up later. No big deal. We're just so excited for this. We're just so excited for this party. Okay, now what we have here is we've got the Swiss cheese. We've got the Swiss cheese baguette. And in this bowl, I've got the mushrooms. We sauteed these beautiful mushrooms in a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil, and a few cloves of garlic. Yeah, delish, and a little salt. So let's go ahead and just do our little mushroom baguette. This is a nice little bite against that Swiss cheese. And so you know what I love to do? I love to take my filet and horseradish, and then have a bite of that, and then a bite of my mushroom and Swiss. Oh man, mushrooms and steak. That's a great combination. Okay, so there we have that little guy done. And like I said, you guys, I'm just using this tray just to hold my baguette until I go to the table and put together my presentation. Oop, there's an extra mushroom that fell off there. I might have to have it. I do. Oh. I wish you could all be here with me tasting that. It's heaven. Seriously, it's heaven. Okay. Now we have the shrimp and the avocado. Okay, so we did these beautiful Old Bay peel and eat shrimp. Do you guys see these? They are absolutely amazing. Divine, divine, divine. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel some of them back for our toast. And on this one, I saved some of the Parmesan. Okay. And we're gonna do an avocado shrimp toast with the Parmesan for the win. I'm gonna cut my avocado here. I've got a really nice avocado. It's got a good firmness to it, but it's the perfect ripeness. And you can actually, if you'd like, you can actually do a guacamole if you wanna do that. I did not feel like putting together a guacamole today, but that is a really good little addition to this particular toast. So let me grab a spoon here. And what you do, let's pull that avocado out of its little shell. Yummy. That is a pretty avocado, you guys. Look at that. That is a beauty. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna use my fingers. My hands are clean. I'm gonna go ahead and just put a piece of avocado on each of these beautiful Parmigiano Reggiano bruschettas. And we're going to put a shrimp on top of that. And that is a wonderful, delicious bite. These Old Bay shrimp are so flavorful and so tender because we didn't overcook them. So here we go, you guys. You just put, and you know what? If your bread's a little bit big, put 2 shrimps on there. Your guests will love that. And I think that I will actually put 2 shrimps on each of these toasts. And if you want to smear your avocado down onto that, do that. I'm just going to kind of leave it whole. I think it's pretty that way. So there we go with those. Look at this. You got steak, you got shrimp, you got apples, you've got pear, you've got bacon. You've got everything, you know, you got your arugula. So that would be like equivalent to our salad. We've got our delicious tomato and basil. Man, we've got some flavors just popping here today. So you know what? Maybe not everybody likes everything that's on the bread, but they're gonna find something that they like for sure. Absolutely guaranteed. Oh man, these look so good. They smell so good. Smell so good. Okay. So these are almost done. I'm gonna put the last 2 little shrimpies on there. And then we are going to put together the most beautiful presentation. And I can't wait to show that to you guys. And I will tell you, I am going to be cleaning these shrimp and putting them in a dish with some cocktail sauce. So if somebody doesn't want the bread, they can just definitely go in with the shrimp, have a little cocktail sauce on the side. Oh, wait. We forgot the star of the show. What am I doing? I'm a step ahead of myself. Let me grab my tray. I'm so excited, you guys. I need to calm down here. This whole day has just been one big expectation of a wonderful evening, and I just can't wait. Okay, we gotta cut our steak. Let me move this out of the road. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, we've got our creamy horseradish and filet mignon. And like I said, I only did 1 steak because with everything else we have going on, we're not gonna need that much. So let's go ahead and just slice this real thin. Look at that pretty little meat. And I'm just doing a real thin, super thin little cut to that. You guys, y'all need to be here. It's so good. You make this for your friends and they're just gonna love you even more. If it's possible, I don't know. But this is so good. It's perfect. It's done perfectly. My husband, Mark, you cooked it perfectly. Wherever you are, darling. You nailed it. You nailed it, babe. Oh, there he is. You just see that hand coming in there? Yeah. He nailed it. He slayed that one. Okay, now, we've got the plain baguette, and then I actually have some of the Parmesan Reggiano, and I'm kind of thinking, let's do both, right? Let's just do both. Okay, so we're gonna take our creamy horseradish sauce, give that a little schmear. And then we're just gonna add a beautiful piece of that filet. Look at that, yes, yes. Dinner party on bread. That's my kind of dinner party. Alrighty. And we're just gonna, you know what, you guys, I'm telling you, it seems like, you know, there's a lot, because I did 6 different baguettes, but it really is, when you take one piece at a time and put them together, it's really, it really is quite an easy meal to prepare. And then in the evening, when everybody, when your guests are getting ready to come together, then you can just assemble it and you're ready to go. And then there's no more work to be done. I love that. I think that's just the best way to do it. Look at this. Perfect. I think I had just the right amount of bread also. Yeah, I know the guys are going to be digging into this. I know that that's going to be the first thing that they're going to go for. So I'll be prepared for that. Go ahead and put a little extra on some of these. I kind of have a feeling that my husband's going to dig into this. I think Mark's going to be digging into this before everybody arrives. Okay, there we go. I saved him one more little bite. So there we go. So here we have our shrimp and avocado. We've got our steak and horseradish. We've got our apple and our fig jam and mascarpone. We've got our tomato basil bruschetta. And we've got our pear, bacon, arugula blue cheese. And then we've got our mushroom and Swiss. So I'm going to clean these shrimp up real quick and then put this whole thing together and show you guys how easy it is to do a bruschetta board dinner party. Okay, sweet friends, this is the fun part. I've got everything out here on the table, and now we just got to figure out where it's all going to go. So let's get busy. I love our little pepperoni roses. They just make me so happy.